Live from Studio 5 in New York City, this is the News at 6.
When we come back for you tonight, did you know the potato chips and the tissues and the dishwashing soap that you just bought are all made by the same company? Well, we're going to give you an inside look at the extended reach of massive corporations and the positive and negatives that go along with it, coming up next. All right, welcome back now in our feature story for you tonight. We're going to take a walk, if you like to do that, through the aisles of your local supermarket. And what do you see there? Dozens, maybe hundreds of different brands. But did you know that most of them fall under the umbrella of a much bigger parent company? An expert will join me in a minute to talk about that. But first, Linda Schmidt gives us a better understanding of the big corporate reach.
When it comes to the daily products we buy, you would think there are hundreds of companies producing them. But that is not the case. In fact, there are about 10 corporations that control almost everything you buy, from coffee to Q-tips. I spoke with Kurt Bodenhausen, senior editor with Forbes magazine.
The economy is tough right now, and so what companies are doing to get bigger, they can't necessarily expand sales, so they're buying up other companies.
The Unilever Corporation owns more than 400 brands, including Dove soap, Hellmann's mayonnaise, Lipton tea, and Ben & Jerry's ice cream. Kraft Heinz is another mega company producing products including Planters nuts, Oscar Mayer, macaroni and cheese, and Grey Poupon mustard. P&G's brands encompass Bounty paper towels, Crest toothpaste, Pampers diapers, Tide clothes detergent, and Pantene shampoo. And then there's Nestle, which is famous for chocolate but sells a whole lot more, from Gerber baby food to Alpo dog food and Haagen-Dazs ice cream. Bodenhausen says parent companies help to keep prices down.
If each one of these brands had its own marketing department, its own HR department, its own accounting department, then costs would skyrocket for these products.
But do these monster-sized companies create monopolies?
We have government watchdogs that are checking to make sure we don't have monopolies established, and that's the way that pricing stays down. Monopoly would certainly impact pricing in these situations.
All right, thank you, Linda. A lot going on out there. Mark DiMassimo is joining us right now. Mark, you are with DiMassimo Goldstein Advertising Agency. You're back again to talk about something really interesting. I mean, we just saw this story. You got mostly like 10 big companies that are really running and controlling everything. Is that good or bad in your viewpoint, from your viewpoint as an advertising guy?
Well, look, the rich are getting richer. And in general, for most people, that's not good. But there are so many consumer benefits of having these large companies organizing so many of these products.
Benefits like what? Keeping the prices down?
They're keeping those prices down, and they will do anything to keep their market share. So they are so sensitive to what the consumer needs, the price they're willing to pay, how they need it advertised. And, there's another side of this story, too. And that other side is that there's more choice than ever, and even these big companies have more competition than ever.
Yes, that's true.
So, there's the organics, there's the locals, and on and on and on. And there's a lot of ways for the little guy to come in and make a lot of money.
How? I mean, by being bought up by these companies?
Yeah, let's take the example of Dollar Shave Club.
Yeah.
Dollar Shave Club, just think of this. Less than 5 years ago, a few young folks basically in a barn with an internet connection. They're buying software, they find a manufacturer in Korea, and they build a company using social media.
Worth a lot of money.
Right, and then a little advertising, and they sell it to Unilever for $1 billion.
So there you go. Oh, so the small guy benefits that way, too. But in terms of, what we're going to see, will these companies continue to buy more? I mean, we've always been opposed to monopolies. How do you answer that?
Well, look, the biggest companies are the best at buying and managing and growing already successful brands. Coke bought Vitamin Water, for example. It was already a $4 billion brand. They grew it more. They're great at growing the established, but they're not really great at innovation. So yes, they'll keep buying because that's what they do well. But the innovators are still going to be out there, and they're going to be more and more of them.
Well, as long as we benefit, as you were talking about bringing those prices down, as long as they can control that for us, that's okay.
Yes.
We'll take it.
Absolutely.
Okay, Mark?
Thank you so much,
Come
Ernie.
back again, all right?
Great to be here.
Mark
Thank
DiMassimo, okay.